Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are looking to see some basic workflow to create a volumetric wood sculpt within Zbrush. Here I just create a simple square that I will resize to fit the scale of my wood plank. Afterward, I will Z-remesh and divide it to ensure to have in-house topology to handle my details. After that, I select the clip curve brush that you can find pressing the Ctrl and Alt key on your keyboard. It's a really useful brush because it allows me to cut my plank to wear the edge with some dynamic and sharp selection. Due to the clip curve, as you can see, this is a bit too sharp overall. But adding smooth edges allows us to add contrast, and therefore, even if it's contradictory, will make everything sharper. To do that, I use the orb flatten and the trim dynamic to break and smooth some edge. Adding some smooth transition will make the sharp transition appear sharper. That's why I'm combining both techniques. After that, I'm going to create the mask. To create a mask, I'm ensuring that I'm creating a dynamic shape, avoiding symmetry, avoiding straight light, using what I learned into 2D stuff like flow, curve, contour curve, knuckles, this kind of things to bring dynamic to my shape. When your selection is done, don't hesitate to sharpen your mask pressing Ctrl Alt on your masked part. It will allow you to have a sharper bevel when moved out. As you can see here, my shape is quite nice, and I'm adding variation to have not an homogeneous thickness all over my shape. Creating this kind of variation along the thickness and the height of my shape allow me to add a bit more of flow and dynamic to my wood pattern. As you can see, I don't hesitate to break the original rectangular shape to get this woody feeling that is really cool. I'll also invert my mask using also the move tool to make sure to add variation in both sides of my selection. Make sure to turn around when doing this kind of stuff to see how it goes, not only on the front face but also with the other view to have a better feeling of perspective on your shape that you are creating. Adding some variation into the silhouette and the transition is always nice, so be sure to check that before moving to anything else. You can also use the selection with, for example, a scale with the move tool. If you have a selection on an edge and you scale it down, then move it, you can have some really interesting shape. After I'm done with the base of my shape and curve, I Z-remesh it to have a clean topology, then I reproject the original mesh into the Z-remesh one to make sure to have a proper topology and keep all my details. Then divide and reduce the operation. It allows me to get a way better topology on my newest mesh and keeping my existing shape. After that, I use the Orb Flatten and Trim Smooth border to rework the shape, because as you can see there is some wobbliness into it and some kind of artifacts that we don't want. This artifact can be showed on the normal map after baking, so make sure to get rid of the big one. It also allows me to, for example, rework some transition. This is a little spike, some edge, so don't hesitate to play a lot with those two brushes in positive and negative value. As you can see, first pass with the Orb Flatten, it's carved a bit at the end of the bevel, but afterward, with the same brush in the inverse mode, I reconstruct the transition. Okay, now it's time to add some detail. I use the Orb Crack brush with variation into the pressure to get some nice carving wood vein feeling. The variation is really important. It brings back an organic feeling onto those carved vein. As you can see, I don't hesitate to break the shape of my already made wood plank to ensure that it follow my newest made crack. It helps a lot to have a bit of reliability into the wood plank, that the edge don't appear from everywhere but was caused by something, and so the wood crack at the edge of it. Also using the Orb Flatten, you see, for inner transition is something really interesting. Here I made just a small wood mask move workflow to enhance a bit the looking of this little shape. And adding another shape that I think could match good on this shape, with a little bit of orb crack to integrate it a bit more, as you know. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Next, I'm going to add some little poke on the surface of my wood to surface it a bit. I'd like to do that because it adds a second layer of complexity to the wood, to bring back it's not a clean wood. It was used, it was bit by bugs or any insects that you might know, that bring a bit more the wood feeling to it, and when baked and used into texture, it adds some nice occlusion and curvature information, so that's really cool to have. Okay, here, so what I'm gonna do is just creating a small composition of different planks to show you how you can create some really quick variation within few planks of woods. Just 3 planks that I will bend afterward. So I make sure to have my 3 planks with different variation. Like for example, I flip on X and Y rotation, those kind of things. Now I merge them all, but you can keep them separate. I think it's easier for me to like have them merged. When I have them merged, I reconstruct my subdivision. Then with the move tool, I'm creating some variation to make them blend a bit more naturally to each other. I don't want them to clip into each other, that's why I make them close, but not into clipping. This plank look a lot like the right one, so I'm erasing a lot of detail and I will redraw some of them to like create a variation of this plank. And so it allows me to break the repetitivity of those planks. Here, as we made earlier, I add some crack, wrist variation into the pressure, really important. Using the up flatten reversed again, here the clip curve. It's exactly the same workflow we did for the first plank, but just made a bit more quickly for just add some variation. As we can see with the render, it's already look nice, but I'd like to bend it a bit for like the render, so we will see a bit more of the volume of these volumetric planks. I use the bend arc tool that is really simple to use to create like a simple bend plane. And as you can see, just adjusting a bit with the move brush. That's fine. Okay. And so with the renderer preset, as you can see, we clearly see some nice volume pops there. That's something really cool. Thanks guys for watching. I hope this will help you. I'm sorry for the quality of the audio. It was my first time recording some long process like that with this standard of quality, so please be indulgent with me. There will be more video coming this summer, maybe shorter, maybe less edited, I don't know right now. There will also be a big tutorial of wood sculpting, a bit more advanced than this one, with way more application and footage. It will coming like in 1 or 2 weeks, and there will be some summer class on Unreal and VFX stuff. A lot of things coming up this summer, so stay tuned, don't hesitate to follow, and also don't hesitate to join our Discord for some feedback and help each other into this stylized PBR journey. Cheers guys, see you soon!